Welcome back to my episode reviews of the final chapter of the For Cybertron trilogy, Kingdom. Today we're taking a look at episode 2. But before we get to that, now that I have a moment to breathe, let's talk about some of the things I didn't get a chance to in the last video. One thing I hinted at in the editing was how Bumblebee was the first bot to spot Cheetor. Get it? Spot? Well, to me, this feels like a subtle homage to Cyberverse, where the Bumblebee in that series was the first one to spot the moon kitty, Cheetor, guardian of the Allspark. And I know this series does have at least one staff member in common with Cyberverse. My cat. Or is it May Cat? I'm not sure how she pronounces her first name. Sorry, I'm just horrible with names. She was a staff writer on Cyberverse, a writer on Kingdom, and she is going to be a story editor on the upcoming Nickelodeon Transformers show. So be sure to look forward to that series if you enjoyed Cyberverse and Kingdom. I also wanted to talk a little bit about some of the voice acting of the Beast characters. Like I mentioned in my previous review, Megatron is obviously the worst of them all, and Black Arachnia is by far the best.
Like the tyrant he is.
You like the sound of your own voice, don't you?
Who dares?
I do. What? Nothing to say now that you have an audience.
I found Rat Traps to be the closest one to the original voice.
Hold on. If we do help them get the Allspark, won't we change the future and cease to exist?
He definitely seems to be attempting some kind of New York accent, I guess. Rhinox is really good too. He's no Richard Newman, but his voice actor does do a good job.
I guess sometimes the brawn tops the brains.
The rest kind of feel like they're sort of doing their own thing. None of them are particularly good or bad. Dinobot is kind of interesting. I've tried to stay away from spoilers, but from what I've seen, apparently people really like his character in the show. So I think I'll give my full thoughts on him and the rest of the Beasties cast once I get to the final episode. Now that that's out of the way, let's get on to this episode review. We cold open with the literal theft of the golden disc. Dinobot changes his mind and wants to give it back to the Maximals. But apparently Black Arachnia just likes betraying everybody, because even though it seems that she was going along with Dinobot, she immediately stabs him in the back. No, not literally. After the intro, we return to Starscream and Black Arachnia scheming. Dinobot tries to confront them, but before he can, an alarm goes off, signaling the capture of Airazor. The Maximals mention how they originally had a complement of 200 with them, but now they're just 6? How? Are they all in stasis pods in orbit? I cannot imagine that Megatron, Dinobot, and Black Arachnia were able to take out 200 Maximals by themselves. There seems to be a lot more story going on here than meets the eye. Tigatron is visibly upset at Airazor's capture. Aww, he does love her. So sweet.
There's Airazor. We'll get her back, Ty.
Ty? Like from Digimon? Aww, so cute. Optimus Prime assigns RC to help the Maximals with their rescue. I hope at some point in this series, they mention how RC is Rat Trap's great aunt. I don't really care how that would even work. I just want to see RC suddenly learn that she's a great aunt. Maybe they could call her Auntie? Oh, no, wait. That's already a name of a character in Transformers.
Maximals! Autobots! Maximize! Does that mean transform?
Yes, Hound. Yes, it does. So cute.
The Decepticons really did have all the best toys.
Well, we have had over 15 years of G1 toys, whether it be classics, generations, whatever. But I'm glad that now the Maximals and Predacons are finally getting some good toys of their own after all this time. Like his recent comic book counterpart, Dinobot does not like torture. But unlike his comic book counterpart, he does reluctantly participate in it.
Megatron. You're going to have to do something about that name. Change it.
G1 Megs doesn't seem to like having someone else use his name. Well, I guess he could change it to Galavar or Gnash Teeth or something like that. Starscream appears to have some cloaking technology. I guess he picked that up from Shockwave before they left? But this does kind of remind me of the Fall of Cybertron game, where Starscream did have a cloaking ability in that one level. Rhinox stays behind to help the Autobots fix their ship.
Are you some kinda super genius?
Yeah, he is. Rhinox is one smart Maximal. Meanwhile, the Autobots are having trouble keeping up with the Maximals. Aww, poor bots. Too bad you don't have beast modes. It would make things so much easier for you. Trust me. On board the Nemesis, Megatron has a bad dream thanks to the Matrix, where he's eaten by the Sarlacc pit. Perhaps as an homage to when Galvatron had the Matrix in that one episode, and he was visited by ghosts?
It doesn't have to be binary. Maybe you want to go your own way. Be your own bot.
Of course Airazor would be the one talking about being non-binary. After all, she was a girl in the original English version of Beast Wars, and a boy in the Japanese dub. So I think she's speaking from experience here. Primal orders Rat Trap to sneak onto the enemy ship. Kind of like in the last Beast Wars episode we reviewed.
I look around and all I see are ghosts. This ship is a ghost. Starscream is a ghost.
You have no idea.
Nice nod to G1 Starscream.
By rejecting the us versus them fight. By throwing away the labels and choosing to be our own bots.
It seems that Dinobot isn't a fan of labels either, as he wants to join Black Arachnia and Starscream. Rat Trap tries to spring Airazor, but he is anticipated by Astrotrain and Scorponok. Luckily, Mirage appears to back him up, using his invisibility just like in G1. And he uses his hologram powers to impersonate Astrotrain, and the good guys escape. Outside, Beast Megatron and Optimus Primal's respective forces battle each other, until eventually Optimus Prime and the rescue party turn the tide and the baddies retreat. And I absolutely love that Airazor runs to Tigatron and gives him a big hug. Aww, it's so sweet. Apparently, Airazor let herself get captured as part of Primal's crazy plan.
Did you think I'd let myself get captured for nothing?
What? Yourself?
You do know that was crazy.
Sometimes crazy works.
And this episode ends with the bad guys going to what looks like some sort of valley. Could this be like the one from Code of Hero? I guess we'll just have to wait until the next episode to find out. Well, this was a great episode of Kingdom. I love that Dinobot is not totally down with whatever the Megatrons are doing, perhaps hinting at him becoming a good guy later? And I wonder what Starscream and Black Arachnia plan to do with the Allspark if or when they get their hands on it. Well, let me know what you thought of this second episode of Kingdom. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for my review of the third episode of this final chapter of the War for Cybertron trilogy.